And we are in line 20. It says, he has put forth his hands against those who were at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. All right, so now he's using a lot of metaphor here, a lot of comparison. All right, so let's look at line 20. He has put forth his hands against those who were at peace with him. All right, and so that refers us to Psalm 7:4. That says, if I have repaid evil to him who was at peace with me, or have plundered my enemy without cause, let the enemy pursue me and overtake me. All right. All right. And then so he said he has broken his covenant or his treaty. That, you know, like a peace treaty, saying that I'm not going to war against you if you don't war against me, or anything like that. All right. Remember, I told you about those peace treaties before. All of that stuff is written on paper towels. 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. That's a nice metaphor. All right. And so it sends us to Psalm 28:3. Do not take me away with the wicked and the workers of iniquity, who speak peace to their neighbors, but evil is in their hearts. All right, and so this is what he's saying. They're speaking peace, but evil is in their heart. That means that they're really not speaking peace. It's coming out of the mouth, but their heart, it doesn't mean anything that's coming out of the mouth. All right, and so that's why he's saying that the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. All right, it sounds good, but it ain't no good. All right, and then also 57:4 that says, my soul is among lions. I lie among the sons of men who are set on fire, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue a sharp sword. All right, and then so continuing on in line 21, it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. All right, so you could just picture the imagery from that. All right, so but war was in his heart, even though it sounds good coming out of the mouth, but he wanted war. He was raging war in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. All right. 22. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. And so that's a stanza all by itself, all right, which is the title of our theme, Cast Your Burden on the Lord. All right. And so you cast and you're putting it on the Lord. All right, like you casting a net. All right, casting a line to catch some fish. You're throwing it out there, giving it to God. And so it sends us to Psalm 37:5. That says, commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And so that commit your way, that means roll off unto. So everything that you have, you just roll it off on to the Lord. And he's going to take care of it. All right? He can handle it. And then so he's saying that, and remember that burden is a load that we could carry. It also could be sin. Sin could be a load used figuratively, and also used figuratively as Christ's law. And Christ's law is in Matthew 11:30. That says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And it really is. It really is. And what we know about the Lord's yoke and burden, what is it talking about? Let's go to 1 John 5:3. that says, "For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome." And I'm telling you, if we could just follow the commandments of God and follow the commandments of the Lord, it's gonna lighten our load. It really will. It will lighten our load. Now, is that going to keep enemies and stuff from attacking us? No, it's not. But if we're putting that onto God, like David is putting this onto God, asking God to hear him, to attend to his cry. All right. And that's what we have to do. Not carry everything around and then go get the Smith & Wesson or the Glock or something like that and try to take matters into your own hands. No, don't do that. Give it to God, and he's going to take care of you. So we're going to break right there, and then we'll pick it back up into the B part of line 22.